listening to Encrypted Codes series.
So in the last episode, we discussed about the waters coming from the heavens, and we discussed what waters can actually mean in multiple dimensions or from multiple angles. So we're gonna continue our quest, and we are going to dive deep into understanding the symbols given in the Apocrypha and the other theological texts. The continuation from the waters, if we look at the whole idea of these waters came from the heavens, means from above the firmament. They might have contained certain minerals, and also they have, or they might have, some form of matter that cannot exist within the bounds of the earth. Because if the waters are coming from above the rakia, the firmament, or the sky or the canopy as we see, beyond that means there are certain particles, even the radiation from the sun and the radiation from the stars and the quasars and the mesars and the magnetars and the other heavenly bodies, they are radiating certain form of energy. And as we know that water contains memory, so the waters have been absorbing the minerals, the electrical impulses, the magnetic forces, and the other forms of energy, right? So all of that is fused inside the waters. So when those heavenly waters came down, they contained certain form of matter from another dimension. And as we know that planet Earth is merely a speck in the ginormous oceans of space. And as we know that the suns, or you can call it the stars, are formed inside a gigantic magnetic cloud of dust. And our galaxy has some form of known matter, but we also have a lot of unknown matter that human beings cannot comprehend. We are still trying to figure it out. So that matter resides in space, and it interacts with all the heavenly bodies. As human beings, we are quite small in stature, but if you look at the other heavenly bodies, such as the planets, the planetoids, the meteoroids, and other unknown objects that we are still trying to discover, they interact with that kind of matter, and God knows what other minerals they exist up there. So if they made it down here on this planet, there must have been something extremely unique and, no pun intended, out of this planet. So when those waters are coming down on Earth, some form of chemical and biochemical reaction is happening, because water is a biochemical organism. Water is alive, water is living, it contains memories, it is the source of life. That's why in the field of astronomy and in the field of searching for extraterrestrial life, we have to look at water as the main component that creates biological matter. So within the context of the Great Flood, the deluge, if waters are coming from the skies, they have certain form of minerals, and if it came in the form of solid matter such as meteorites, then there must have been some chemical reaction that took place where the meteorites landed. Or they also allowed some form of wormhole to be opened from underneath the ground. So the water was gushing out from the oven, like we discussed in the last episode. That is an indication towards a wormhole. So the waters are coming from above in the form of meteorites, and the waters are coming from below in the form of lava. Means something gushing like a spring or an inverted fountain. Now, you gotta pause in here. If planet Earth was going through a certain part of this universe and the energy that was contained in another form of matter that we do not know yet, that matter interacted with Earth's atmosphere. It opened a wormhole that allowed the meteorites or the asteroids residing on the far edges of space. Maybe they were the meteorites, they were formed near a star that was newly formed, or a star that was exploded, or maybe around a quasar or a magnetar, or maybe an explosion through the event horizon of a black hole. So the amount of energy that was contained in the solid form of water that came down, you can also say that the wormhole allowed the far distant objects to descend on planet Earth and bombard our plane, our atmosphere. More on that in the next episode. Stay tuned.